time.
And speaking of backs out, Alexander had a massive moment. He couldn't catch it. And we've got another rollover. That's a big one. Green helmet. That tells us that he's okay. Always awkward to get out of a car when it's parked in that position. But we're always happy to see the drivers get out. So that started really at turn 1. Always the showman.
He's the showman. Wait till the helmet comes off.
Israel Favarin, toque entre companheiros de equipe fica difícil. Olha só o acidente envolvendo o Marcel Sedano. Acabou sobrando também para o Ingmar.
The checkered flag waving and very, very hard into what looks like the end of the pit and an absolutely enormous damage to the front of that car.
Other than that, a pretty clean start, and for Renus VK...
No contact! Oh, huge wreck! One driver up, and huge wreck in Pro Mazda coming into the braking zone. Someone went...
Another one, interesting project. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention. As in this, yeah, we had 2 guys.
Whoa, scuba racing.
Whoa.
They did sweep in together. They made light contact there, but it's this point here where Alexander, the rear of the car, he's on the throttle. He's had a little moment. He's come back across the circuit. And it was at that point Mick Cedars would have thought, oh, the seas have parted. I'm going to lead this race.
Sandrucci che chiude la porta Sandrucci e va a muro, Mena Pace.
Questa uscita di Mena Pace che va a impattare contro le barriere.
We'll let you know more information when we do, as the field has been neutralized. And she had no brakes going into the corkscrew. Holy cow, a huge accident where the car went massively airborne.
You see the innocent party coming out, and it's going to get the center of the car. Fiberglass just tearing away from the soil entry of Canada's Robert Wickens.
Oh, that's going to be tight through there.
Oh,
Early touch, oh my God.
Oh, that's Robert Wickens. And his teammate is into him as well, James Hinchcliffe. That was ugly. That was frightening.
Still there? Clear? Oh, yeah, stay low, stay low, stay low.
Great heads-up driving from Veach to stay low and stay off the brake pedal. Here we go with Hinchcliffe. It'll be 2 rows up ahead there.
Stay low. Stay down, stay down, stay down.
Oh, that was Fittipaldi. Fittipaldi.
Past the new start finish line, which isn't always this weekend. An enormous accident at the back. Car launched meters and meters into the air, and it looks like another driver who tangled with Ben Barnacote, and we can't quite make out who that driver is.
In GS and off the GS lead lap. One Trinkler gets through. Oh no, Lyons has turned into him. Lyons has turned into him. That was really poor driving by Craig Lyons, and he's done himself no good at all. And there's another car got into it. There's another car hit him and hit him hard, and there's fire. This is at the kink. Car understeering off. It was a Mercedes-Benz. There's a big fire on the back straight on the back of the car. It was the 33. It's Russell Ward who's gone in. And
yeah, you know, it's.
I think there's alongside.
He is alongside, and at the last minute he tried to get out of it.
Yes, he did. I think he might have been better holding his line there and having a more side-to-side impact. But you can't. I don't think you can at all blame Owen Trinkler for that. He was well alongside. and Craig just completely ignored the fact he was there.
Yeah,
now we've had the benefit of a replay to play that out, and the drivers have to make their decisions quickly. 2.5 turns over for Craig before he was then hit as the car came back down by an unsighted Russell Ward, who's just slide going up and an off for the 57, the White Bridge car, and that's a big incident. Ripped off the left front wheel. He's just overdone it. Thought he got
5 red lights. The lights go out. Let's go racing. All the cars bar one get away, and the one that did not get away and has been really clattered into. Goodness me. We have only 7.5 minutes plus 1 lap left. Oh my!
Huge accident, a huge off. Ryan Tveter had spun, PK is involved, there was another car that's airborne as well, and the race is being stopped straight away. Red flag shown, and Ryan Tveter was the catalyst for all of that because he had spun, and then out of nowhere, but for a position, is Nico Curry. I'll explain why in a moment. Now this is Tveter, it was the Verth corner, I was right. He goes through the gravel, he's back on the track, and Peter Lee is just unsighted, straight into the back. Corkscrews in the air. PK very nearly goes over as well as he had a car knocked into his path. That is a monster. That's a huge, huge coming together, isn't it?
And as you say, it was dust, wasn't it?
And immediate tire smoke for Monroe Guest, who went, whoa, no, a blowover at the top end of the racetrack. Steve Collier's car stood up on end and turned over backwards.
To jump out of that very, very quickly indeed.
We've got a safety car as well.
Yeah, safety car is out. This is going to change the complexion of the race. It's a big incident out there.
And the door opened now. Rio Nagaro opening the door of his own. Wow, that's a strange spot to be going off.
So Rio Nagaro, a man who won 2 Trophy Series races here yesterday in the Ginetta for the first time, he's lost it at Lukey Heights, then backed it in to the tyre barrier. Of course, it's earth banking behind that, so it's thrown the car north. Wow, look at the air under that.
It's going to be quite a stop. They're going to have to rebuild that tyre wall. It's going to be an elongated safety car phase down there at the moment. He's out of the car, which is good news. And the car just coming to a halt there. Sands pretty much everything of the rear firewall there.
That's
talking about firewall.
They're going to have to get the fire moved.
Selly's up the main street like a rocket. Over the crest of the hill he goes, and I wonder what caused that problem in towards the hairpin as he comes into Duffus. It's all back brakes, he goes off into the right hand side. Wow, what a massive accident for Kenny McKell. The car upside down on the apex of Duffus Dip. That is definitely going to cause a stoppage to the race. Their marshal's not going to move that, and look at the safety features.
Made the pass. Oh, trouble.
Hard. The wall goes William
Byron noses in.
Oh, Byron went in hard.
Oh. Matt Kent's has piled in the barn right to the 14 car right at the end there. 24 sitting down here on fire. 37. The 1. That was a huge wreck.
Chris Buescher involved.
You can see William moving around.
Given a squeeze by Lara Kreihammer, and off the road he goes, and hard into the barrier goes Ricardo van der Ende.
Look, here we go. Oh yeah, just comes round and just noses it heavily. And then goes into a series of pirouettes.
I would be surprised if that car was on the grid, wouldn't you?
Well, we've seen cars.
It was wrong coming out of the
corner. And he was on the throttle because you can see, look, the rubber, the inside wheel spinning like mad. Laying rubber, and then the realization, oh, expletive, oh. And there you get an illustration of what carbon fiber does when it's hit something pretty rapidly and pretty hard. It's scattered.
Through pit stops, and here is a fight. Oh, dearie me, a huge accident. And that is Salvador Duran. Over and over he goes, and into the catch fencing, and over the catch fencing as well. He raises his hand saying, I'm okay. But that was a huge, huge accident for Salvador Duran. Jumps out of the car, adrenaline still pumping through his veins. And wow, what a shock at the end of this race. Got a slight limp there where he's probably knocked his knee. An absolutely huge accident. Let's see that again. It's Faraz Fawzi who brakes a little bit early, and the nose of the car just hits that rear wheel and sends him over, sliding through the gravel on his head. Then it catches, and over he goes. Barrel rolling over the tyre barrier, over the catch fencing, and into the slip road. Marshall's very lucky. Anyone on the slip road very lucky as well.
Up in the championship last year. There's Stephen and Van Rooyen. Ferree barrels in. He barrels in too hot. Enormous impact. That's huge. Into the tyre fence via Michael Stephen. He must have run out of brakes. There's no other explanation for it.
Let's try and piece it all together. This was the lead battle, turning its way through Yentwood. He gets a little bit scrappy in midfield. Lando Norris was one of those locking up. Right, on the outside line is Bortoletto. He turns in and just launches himself over the front of another car, cartwheels his way into the gravel, ends up upside down from another angle. There he is. He's airborne as he comes into shot, and having ridden over the wheels of another car, that just launches him into a very spectacular accident indeed.